What's going on, guys? Astro here with Hidden Profits Crypto. Before we get into today's video, as usual, I want to give a huge thanks to everybody who's been supporting the channel. We just hit 4,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. I can't tell you guys enough how much I appreciate it. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, we upload 3 videos a week. We show low cap, hidden gems, and other great projects. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tick the notification bell so you don't miss out. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into today's video. All right, guys, so today we're going to be taking another look at UFO. Now, the previous video I did on UFO did pretty well. You guys seem to enjoy it, but I've had a lot of people come on that video saying that UFO is a scam and this, that, and the other, and that the Super Galactic game isn't even in the works, and just a bunch of stuff that I don't actually really know where people get some of this stuff from. They've put out a lot of updates recently. They've changed their logo and started doing weekly updates and just showing a lot of characters from the games and a lot of other stuff. So I figured we'd take another look at it, as I do really believe that this will really take off this year, and I think it could be a great opportunity to make some pretty decent profit. On top of that, getting involved in the game, as they're going to be having a metaverse that is going to be integrated with Cadena, which, if you guys are a viewer of the channel, you know any Cadena projects I like to look at here. So anyways, let's go ahead and hop over into it and get started. All right, so as usual, I figured we would start off here at the Twitter. Like I said, they've got a new logo, which is great. You know, I think it's a good touch to rebrand and kind of get started on a fresh foot to begin the year. As well with that, they've have some YouTube videos here now where they do some updates and stuff like that. So that's really cool. But we are going to take a look at some of the info. We've got a community update here and another community update here as well, somewhere around here at the top. But we're going to take a look and kind of skim through the more important information in these articles. And if you guys aren't already following UFO, I would suggest to do so you can stay up to date with all their future updates and whatnot that they might have. Anyways, let's go ahead and head over to the article and get started. All right. So like I said, we're going to be going over the most important parts. I don't want to go through this entire article as we do have a couple to look at. But number one, UFO Gaming bi-weekly. And this was on Friday the 21st of 2022. So they're introducing these updates here. Like I said, YouTube, you can go and check it out. It's, you know, like the little emoji face kind of thing. But they have good information in there. So the next few months we'll be busy and have a tight Q1 schedule that is perfectly on track to be fulfilled. Our short-term product encompasses the following: a staking app, NFT marketplace, breeding contracts, UAP launch being the second token in the ecosystem, game integration SCs, beta game launch, official game launch, PvE and PvP multiplayer, virtual LAN, and metaverse build-out. So UFO Gaming will be a vast dynamic metaverse platform encompassing many games, virtual LAN, and interactive dark metaverse, and a dedicated community. This is not an easy task, but we have the resources and talented developers to make all of this happen. To reach our end goal, we will release our upcoming products in phases, starting with increasing the virtual flow inside our ecosystem, increasing our liquidity, total value locked, and bootstrapping our economic incentives. UFO will be a massive ecosystem with a one planet, one game metaverse. So basically all the different games that they're going to be in their ecosystems, you're going to have to go to a specific planet for a specific game. I do think that kind of adds a lot of, I don't know, it's a cool idea. So aims to capture various markets. Our debut game, Super Galactic, will be the initial step in exploring the dark metaverse. So the first phase of this endeavor is the UFO staking app, allowing users to earn plasma points and UFO rewards. To understand the basics, please read this article here, and that is about the dual staking feature. As a result, our ecosystem will have the first deflationary reward system, making native UFO tokens more scarce, which is probably a good thing because the supply of UFO is pretty high. So, however, this is not all. Users will have to stake their UFO tokens to earn plasma points. They will only be generated through the UFO staking app. With the plasma points, you can mint rare NFTs called Genesis NFTs. Now, these are the big NFTs that you're really going to want to focus on, as these are the very, very first ones. And having 2 of these will allow you to breed into the alpha and beta ones. But Before I get ahead of myself, we'll look over that here in a minute, but giving you the possibility to earn UAP and the first to breed. These Genesis NFTs, the breeding mechanism, and the UAP token represent our ecosystem's second value flow. The second phase includes the NFT marketplace reveal, which will be the main hub for UFO Gaming users, allowing them to trade our native assets. The third phase will be the Super Galactic launch, giving our Genesis NFTs purpose as they are needed to play the game. Swiftly after launch, the breeding contracts will allow people to fuse 2 NFTs to make a new one. So they go over some hires they've been doing. They have over 40 people across the world working on UFO. So that's great to hear that they've been adding a lot of people to the team. And then some words from the CTO. So staking and NFTs. First, let's talk about UFOs, staking and NFTs. The staking app is completed and pending audit. With the newly designed staking app, you will be able to stake UFO on Ethereum and bridge your plasma rewards to the Polygon blockchain. We've decided to migrate to Polygon, where over 70% of all GameFi projects are running. Polygon is 100% Ethereum compatible layer 2 sidechain, which means we'll get high speed and low cost, which is always good. You don't want to be paying a ton of annoying Ethereum gas fees when you're making transactions in the game. So while still supporting the entire Ethereum ecosystem, this means that you'll be able to play Super Galactic, breed and mint the NFTs, and explore the dark metaverse at significantly lower gas fees, making the overall UFO gaming experience much more enjoyable. So don't forget, the staking app will allow you to stake both UFO tokens and UFO ETH LP Uni V2 tokens. So I'm not going to go super in detail about that, but you can go on Uniswap and you can provide UFO and ETH, an equal amount of both, and then you will get these LP tokens, but make sure it is the V2 ones because they specify here V2. So then you can get those and you can stake. To get even more rewards, as you will get more, I think, with the ETH UFO pairing than just the UFO. But everyone can earn plasma and UFO by staking, but you will get a more attractive bonus for staking in the UFO ETH LP pool. Both kinds of tokens will get a multiplier of plasma and UFO rewards by staking for extended periods. It will be easy and in the long run less costly than running on Ethereum. So these are the main NFTs that we're really focused about here, the Genesis NFTs. So they've completed the design and game rules around the Genesis NFTs and built an incredible progression for genetic breeding, where you will get more powerful characters as you power up and breed NFTs in Super Galactic. All of this will happen on the Polygon network, where you'll play Super Galactic and earn the UAP tokens, which you can then combine with UFO to increase the breeding generation of your NFTs. So they're going to have a NFT marketplace, which will be great, and that will be on Polygon. And then this is talking more about Super Galactic and the Metaverse. But I will leave some of this here for you guys to read if you're interested in it. They also are acquiring an esports team, which is very interesting. So that's kind of cool. And then they talk about their new game, or their new logo. And that pretty much wraps up this article here. Links are all right here if you guys want to check any of those out. But let's go ahead and head over to the second article because we got a few things, including the NFTs that we're going to look at. All right, so here we are at the community update number 2. Now, this one was published on the 4th of February, which is actually today. So as previously stated, the staking app will initiate the casual sequence of our next product releases in stages, beginning with boosting value flow through our ecosystem, raising our liquidity TVL, bootstrapping economic incentives, and some of the other things they already talked about. So this fortnightly update, I don't actually know why they call it fortnightly, but that's it's a little cringe. But the modernization and evolution of Genesis NFTs, and these are some of the points that they're going to go over. So the old Genesis NFT body part mix-ups when breeding did not work well because of their asymmetrical nature. So it looked a little like this when different NFTs were bred together. And this shows kind of like breeding them together, and they have these weird like different body parts of the other NFTs. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really care for this. I don't think it really looks that good because you're really just taking a body part from another and just kind of sticking it together. It looks kind of like you just kind of slapped together a bunch of random parts and made a robot. But the instant solution was to create a new variant, the second generation Genesis NFTs. So don't worry, the first generation will still be around in the game and elsewhere. What are the Genesis NFTs? So these are the three classes of playable NFTs. There's going to be the Genesis ones, the alpha, and then the beta, like I was saying about earlier. But the Genesis NFTs can breed to create Genesis alpha NFTs and the beta ones. So if both parents A and B are Genesis, then it'll breed an alpha. If parent A is a Genesis and parent B is an alpha, then it'll breed an alpha. Alpha and alpha gets you a beta. Alpha and beta gets you a beta. Genesis and beta gets you a beta. And beta gets you beta. So there will be 10 unique representations of the Genesis NFTs. There will be only 10,000 minted. However, by breeding 2 Genesis NFTs, the amount of alpha and beta NFTs will increase exponentially. So you need 2 Genesis NFTs to breed one. You need plasma points to mint the Genesis NFTs. Genesis NFTs will be needed to play the game, like we said before. One NFT can breed up to 7 times. And unique use case, the element of time, NFTs, and complex rating system all work together to make a innovative super galactic play-to-earn model. So the new Genesis NFTs, these will transition to one base model. Shortly, we will update you with brand new lore and high quality models for each character. The concept, amount of characters, and narrative will not change too much from your beloved first generation, but there are notable upgrades. There will be 10 versions. We will reveal 3 of them in today's update. Each of these new models has 4 level upgrades. So these new models are to fix the Frankenstein problem, which is this weird, kind of stuck together random pieces, giving a better visual representation of the different body parts, ultimately redefining the gameplay. It will be much easier to see what each ability, item, and body part does in the game, making the gameplay experience all around better and smoother. In addition, it will makes a lot more sense in terms of breeding. The previous Genesis NFTs had an issue with mix-ups, causing the bred characters to look like Frankenstein models. All details will be composed in the additional article, but we will provide you with a tease of 3 characters in this update. Below, you can see the Fire, Electro, and Toxic trait NFTs. They have 4 possible upgrades, which will impact their gameplay and visual appearance. So here you can see some of the first generation Genesis soldiers. So you have the Dofrax, the Myrid, and the whatever that one is. So, these actually look pretty cool. I actually like the design. They look pretty neat. But they have some lore here, which I'm not going to go over because it's not really that important. And here is a look at some of the more characters. And these actually look pretty nice. I like the design. So this is the Toxic, this is the Electro, and this is the Fire. So as seen in the pictures below, for the new Genesis NFTs, there are 4 upgrade levels for each body part. Upon upgrading to the next level, parts visually change, adding secondary colors, emissions, changing mesh itself, and adding VFX. There are 5 natural elements for now. Each element has a specific type and specific ability for each body part. So let me go ahead and bump this up here. You can see this is the level 1 characters. This being the Fire, Toxic, and Electric. Then you have your level 4, and you can kind of see the combination of these different parts. You've got like the Toxic head with the Fire, and then whatever the purple one might be, but the electricity and fire and Toxic, and like this one right here is really sick looking. So I actually think they made a very good choice by redesigning how they wanted to do the characters. Here's another picture. So you can see, oh, okay, so the purple is laser. So that's pretty sick. I actually think these look really, really dope. So it's really exciting to see that they kind of redesigned them, because I remember the first look at the game, I wasn't really too impressed with how the character models looked. So on to the audit. 2 of 3 companies we've hired to perform audits have yielded positive results. We are now awaiting the last one. We will share the final results when we have a viewable version of the results for the community. As a community-focused project, we value and appreciate the safety of our community, and that is why we are spending a lot of time verifying the code itself to make sure that it's safe to use and zero possibility of exploits. We are pleased to report that everything is looking promising. All function concerns are fixed. Any informational problems do not directly influence the code and are more of a linguistic syntax predicament. The auditors have performed a deep examination of UFO's game source code with several rounds of testing, analysis, and conclusions drawn regarding the source code structure, implementation, and general best practices. All 3 companies have completed many rounds of audits to validate the objective was to improve the quality of the company's or product's IT infrastructure and source code. So that's great. The fact that they're getting 3 audits done is that'll give people a lot of more security. Like I said, I have people commenting on the first video saying it's a scam, they haven't showed this and that and the other. And like I said before, I don't really know where people get this idea from, but I think that these audits, once they actually show them and show the results, will prove some legitimacy to the project. So then they go on talking about their esports team, which I'm sure most of you could probably care less about, but I do think it is cool that they have their own esports team to kind of drag some gamers. You got to think about this. If the esports team actually does good and they're competing competitively, there are a lot of people that are really into competitive gaming. Seeing that it is a team owned by UFO will probably, draw some interest to be like, well, what is UFO? And then maybe they can find one of my videos to figure out what UFO is. So that's going to wrap up the video. I hope this brought you some decent information, or at least updated you on what's going on with UFO. I think they have a lot going on, and I think it's good that they're finally showing the community what is going on. I guess from a standpoint, I can understand why some people might get the wrong idea that the project's a scam because they were just kind of quiet. But just because a team is working behind the scenes and not constantly showing updates every single day doesn't really mean the project's a scam. I would rather them keep their head down and keep working and then show us stuff when they actually have it to show, which is what they're doing. So I think these weekly updates are really good. I probably won't do a update every week, but when we get some more significant information on UFO, I will make sure to bring you guys a video, more or less probably on the staking, pick some UFO up and then throw it on that staking, earn that plasma and get those Genesis NFTs. And then, if you can get at least 2 of them and start minting them or breeding them together, then you'll be set for when Super Galactic actually drops. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below if you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know what you guys are thinking about UFO, how you're feeling about the NFTs and the character redesigns. Like I said, I think they look really, really good. So as long as they keep this going, I think it'll be good. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today. Also, make sure to subscribe and tick that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.